Jesse, last of the pre-season games, how are you feeling ahead of them?
Yeah, good. It'll be good to get on the road with the boys again. These trips are as much about basketball as they are just bonding. 9 days away with the fellas, it's good times and you get to learn a lot about each other.
At this point of the season, do you sort of enjoy it when the pre-season's finally done because it means the start of actual competition?
Yeah, you do. I mean, the pre-season games are great. You learn a lot, as I said, but once the season hits, it goes up to a different level.
How crucial is it for you to get some on-court chemistry, I guess, with the imports as well, considering there's already been that change with them as well? So
yeah, I mean, it's huge. You can get a lot from practice, but when you step onto the court with refs and bright lights and opposition that you haven't trained against, it does change things. So, getting to play with the guys and seeing what their strengths, weaknesses are, where they're going to be in certain positions, certain situations, you can't really replicate that in practice.
Is that the main point of the final 4 games for you guys, or what are the main sort of key focuses for the Cats?
Well, look, I think that comes with every pre-season game. We don't have too many new guys, and we haven't had, in my time here, a lot of churn in terms of year to year. But, it's a different team from last year, and there's different guys, and we've got to learn to play together.
JP's finally been cleared to have a run around this weekend. It must be nice for him to...
Who has, sorry?
JP?
Oh, I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
He's been cleared to play. So it must be frustrating for him and both Joe. But what are you expecting to see from JP once he actually gets out there on the court?
Mate, he is a phenomenal athlete, a different level to a lot of the guys I've seen before. So to see him out in the open court, grabbing a rebound and taking one dribble, being on the ring on the other end, will be great. And it'll be great to, those guys have been practicing for a while now. Obviously DC a bit longer, but JP's been practicing for 2 weeks, hasn't played, so they're both chomping at the bit.
Still pretty early days, but based on the rosters of the other teams in the comp, who do you think is looking pretty dangerous?
Look, mate, I think every year we kind of say the league continues to get better, and the talent that comes back, the talent that sticks around is just huge. And you look across the board, there's a lot of talent in the NBL. So, there's a few danger teams out there. Obviously, Melbourne have recruited well. Sydney are always solid. I mean, you can go across the board and go through every team and say they've recruited well and they're better than last year. So, yeah.
Jesse, I think JP said when he arrived here a couple of weeks ago that he was going to be the best athlete in the league, and I think previously...
Second after me.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Greg a close third.
Who's the better of the imports in terms of athleticism? I think they've all sort of said that this pre-season.
Well, Bryce is shorter, so I feel like his athleticism is a bit downplayed. But JP's so long, he's so smooth, and he can go from 0 to 100 real quick. So I don't want to throw a winner out there. I might get in trouble. But look, between DC, JP, and Bryce, it's fairly solid. Makes up for all us.
Given that you had the 3 games in 3 days in Melbourne, didn't really get a good chance to get your whole squad out there at any one time. Is it important for you guys to just finally get that sort of continuity? Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, it's not too important. As I said, you can learn a lot from playing the actual games as opposed to practice. But we're all professionals and we all play basketball for a living. So, if the guys aren't out there all together, then so be it. We'll adjust.
You mentioned 9 days away. It's a long time. You've had a week of bonding as well with the Navy. Tell us a bit about what your week's been like.
It's been great. Look, this is what pre-season is about. It's about bringing new guys in and bringing them into our culture. And obviously the Navy was a great experience. The 7 days away for the Blitz was a great experience. And we've got another 9 days away with 4 games. So it'll be fairly jam-packed, I suspect. But, we're going to Mossvale as well in Sydney. So it's a lot of time on the road. But a lot of time together, which is good.
Just the time you're doing there with the Navy, obviously I saw some photos of pulling these massive sort of loads on the beach. Now, was it more physical, or is it also the mental aspect, or which one was sort of more tapping into?
I was a bit of both. You can't be too stupid at this time of year. You don't want to go out and do something stupid. And if a guy gets injured, the whole day's a waste, to be honest. But they were smart, and the coaching staff was smart. There was quite a lot of physical aspects to the day, but there was also mental. A lot of the physical stuff is even mental as well. So it was an early start, and we got quite a shock to the system. I thought we were going fishing, to be honest, but that didn't eventuate. But no, look, it was a fantastic day, and the Navy guys were phenomenal, running us through some paces.
How early is early?
Well, I've got a 1-year-old. Nothing's too early. I think we were down there at the Navy base at about 6, I think. So 5:30 meet at the basketball stadium. So it wasn't wasn't crazy early, but we were assured if we were late there'd be consequences. So no one was late. We were a bit early.
And what was the most enjoyable part about it? You did a lot of activities. What stood out?
Look, I think as professional athletes we get to do a lot of stuff that you know regular folk don't, and to go onto a military base and we're putting out fires, and in training situations a lot of people don't get the opportunity to. So we were just embracing it, and that's a situation where a lot of people don't get to experience. So the whole day was just a blast.
What are you seeing from your role this year? What do you expect? Obviously the team's changed a little bit, but what are you hoping to bring this year?
Still trying to figure it out, to be honest. It's pre-season, so my role's changed over the years, over the last 8 or 9. And I'm sure it'll continue to change. It changes throughout the year. It changes from game to game, to be honest. Depending on the personnel, depending on who's injured, it can change game to game, quarter to quarter, essentially.
Jesse, a bit of more of a broad one. Obviously, one of the senior group, very successful.
Trying to say I'm old, aren't you? Yeah.
Obviously, 3 of the last 4 championships. When it is pre-season, how do you guys get up? How do you get around to motivate each other to go around and do it again? Is the historical side of things? Does the legacy play a role, or how do you get that motivation?
Mate, it's part of the job, and you don't just rock up and make playoffs and win a grand final. It doesn't work like that. So there's a lot of work to be done, and we've been lucky in previous years and this year. A lot of the guys are around early. Obviously not the imports. The imports come a bit later, but the guys are in town. They're working out. And we're bonding together way before official pre-season starts. So that's a huge thing. You just, as I said, we're professional athletes. You got to show up, and this is our job. So whether it's pre-season, grand final, regular season, we're here to do a job.
Yeah, guys. Thank you.